Let's go to Kiev and speak to Yevheniia Kravchuk. She's the deputy head of the Servant of the People Party. That's President Zelensky's party. Yevheniia, it's really good to have you on this news hour. Thank you so much for your time.
For having me. Good evening.
We've got the NATO summit that's underway. We've just had the G7 meeting. Leaders there and NATO all expected to pledge more support, more aid for Ukraine. So far, are you happy with the support that you've received from your Western allies?
Of course, we're thankful for financial support, for the weapons that we already received, but it's clearly not enough, and not enough of air defense system that could be provided to Ukraine, not to have such tragic situations as in Kremenchuk, because it's clearly terrorism. Russia just does it because it can, because we do not have enough of air defense system to cover all of the territory. And in Kiev, we had attack just a few days ago, also targeting apartment building, killing a person and others in hospital. And actually in Kremenchuk, the death toll is 25 right now, and a lot of people are still missing. So the death toll will go up. And you can't, explain with anything such a terrorist act in 21st century, in the middle of a busy town, when there are hundreds of people inside, and probably the number could be more, but people went out because they heard the air siren. But not all of them were able to escape. So we are hoping to get more air defense system, but also we're hoping to get more artillery and more HIMARS, the MLRS systems, to be able to push away Russians from Donbass and also from southern Ukraine.
You mentioned those airstrikes in Kiev just a few days ago. For a large part of this conflict, Kiev has been safe, so to speak, almost a sense of normality sometimes when we look at the pictures there. But it must be difficult to actually be in that situation. Just give us a sense of how people in the capital are feeling. How are you feeling? How do you cope with all of this?
The parliament, as to say about the government organizations, work, and we gather almost every week. People go to work because they understand that it's their home, and a lot of people returned to Kiev. I would say hundreds of thousands returned to Kiev after Russians were pushed away from Kiev region. And of course, all of us understand that there are no safe places in Ukraine right now, because missile can hit any place. But it's our home, and that's why people are returning from abroad to come back home and live their life. But still, we need more tools in the hands of our military, because we have the support of our army. It's over 98%. But of course, they would need more tools to defend our territory and our people. So this horrible situation will not happen, and will restore our territorial integrity.
Yevheniia, one of the knock-on effects of this war is, of course, grain exports, Russia blocking those grain exports coming out of Ukraine. You speak about Ukraine's parliament. You're a member of a parliament. What's the government looking at to try and get grain out of the country, and also so that the grain that's already there doesn't go off, and there can be some sort of solution, because the world is facing a global food crisis?
We, as a country that is, one of the biggest exporters of grain and corn in the world, we do everything that we can do to help those people who are waiting for the food supplies. So we're changing the logistics with countries such as Romania and Poland and Baltic countries to change logistics, to get out grain in trains, to get out grain in trucks, but also to use Danube River together with Romania. But it's not enough, because we still have around just a bit less than 20 million of tons of grain and corn that should be shipped out or transported out. And the only solution to do it fast and to do it in time is to actually deblock our ports or to have military convoy for the ships to go out and in the Black Sea. Because right now, Russia is just blackmailing the whole world. They're saying they want to be, checking the ships or whatever they want to do. But we need to understand that just a bit more than in 1 month, we'll have a new harvest. And if this harvest is not shipped, it needs to be stopped somewhere. And Russians are targeting and deliberately targeting with missiles also the stocks where food is. So they want to have this food crisis, and Russia want to have hunger in Africa, in Middle East. Also, they work with propaganda, telling that Ukraine doesn't want it, but that's total nonsense. The world had never experienced problems when our ports were working and our land was not, occupied, partly occupied. So we really need help from country members of NATO. So I really hope that food security will be one of the things to be discussed in Madrid.
Yevheniia Kravchuk, really good to speak to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.